Hey, Cody, have you noticed how many Jedi we have? Yeah, it's gonna make it a lot harder to execute Order 66. What was that? Nothing. Hi everyone, I'm True Soul, and this is my video on my top 5 favorite Jedi action figures. So yeah guys, if you guys have been following my channel for a while now, you know that I love me some Jedi. Like, I can't get enough Jedi. And so far in my collection, I actually haven't noticed it because it's kind of like it sneaked up on me, but I actually have quite a lot of Jedi. And I'm planning on having a lot more in the future. But I started thinking, out of all these Jedi action figures that I have, which one is my favorite? And I was kind of trying to hold off doing a video about this because I was waiting for a couple more Jedi to finally get into my hands, which now they have. Speaking of which, I would like to introduce all of you to Kick Fisto. I know, I got him late, guys, but he's finally here, and this is what finally piqued my interest of doing this video. So I am going to be talking about my personal opinion, of course, my top 5 favorite Jedi figures. Now, I tried to make myself a criteria to go by, even though it is mostly based on personal preference, but I did try to kind of make a criteria to go by. When it comes to Jedi action figures, now, there are some figures in my collection that some hardcore Star Wars fans might not consider Jedi. For example, the Ahsoka that I have from Rebels. I know in the show, Ahsoka kept saying that she wasn't a Jedi. You know, she kept saying she wasn't a Jedi. But as far as I'm concerned, if you have a lightsaber and you use the Force and Sith don't like you, you're a Jedi. So, hey, don't at me in the comments. This isn't up for debate. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But in terms of my personal opinion, I'm counting Ahsoka as a Jedi. I'm also counting Rey as a Jedi. Not just the Rey from Rise of Skywalker, but like all of them. I'm going to go ahead and counting them as Jedi. I was thinking about whether or not I should count Darth Revan, but I went ahead and decided not to because I'm pretty sure the action figure that I got is based off of him when he was a Sith. So I decided not to count that one as a Jedi action figure. But when it came to picking my top 5, I knew I had to try to eliminate some right off the bat. For those of you who haven't seen it, I actually did a video talk about what my favorite Luke Skywalker was. So in a way that kind of helped me narrow down, at least in terms of Luke Skywalkers, because I have more Luke Skywalkers than any other Jedi action figures in my collection. And in case you guys don't remember, my favorite one from that video was actually my Yavin Ceremony Luke. So I would definitely put him in my top 5 in no in particular order. But when it came to everybody else, I really tried to, base my decisions based off of, one, how much attached I am to the character, how much I enjoy posing and displaying and taking pictures of the figure, how well articulated I think they are, and stuff like that. So that was also a big factor. So besides Yavin Ceremony Luke, a few other Jedi that really stood out to me in my collections, of course, Anakin from Episode 2. For those who don't know, Anakin is my favorite Star Wars character, and I have very fond memories of watching Attack of the Clones multiple times, and Anakin in Episode 2 became my favorite look for Anakin, so that action figure is definitely in my top 10, or top 5. This is a top 5 video. I'd also have to put Jaina Solo. Also, I think she might be one of the most unique characters in my collection. Just that she's from like the Legends Star Wars stories, which, and they're not canon now, but I know a lot of people are really fond of them. I actually never read any of the like stories with Jaina in it. Most of what I learned about Jaina was from Wikipedia, which when I was on Wikipedia all the time when I was younger, and just from that alone, I started becoming attached to the character. So when they made her in action figure form, I had to get her. So I always thought that she was pretty cool. And actually, when I took the figure back out of my storage, I actually realized, guys, that you can take the little pilot like chest piece, you can actually remove that, and she just has like a regular like jacket or whatever under that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I never realized that before. She's also one of the few Jedi in my collection, other than Mace Windu, has a purple lightsaber, so you know that's always a plus. And I always really liked the fact that when they were like designing her face, it's like they literally took Han Solo and Leia and kind of molded them together, and then you get Jaina. So I always thought that was pretty cool. Also, let me see. I'd also put Mace Windu, the Mace Windu action figure, in my top 5. I really just like messing around and displaying that figure. The Mace Windu action figure kind of has like a really good build to it. It kind of seems like he's, you know, it seems like he kind of towers over other Jedi in my collection, even though he's not necessarily like extremely taller than any of them. But I really like Mace Windu a lot, action figure wise. So I definitely have to put him in my top 5 as well. And lastly is actually the Rey action figure from Rise of Skywalker. Now, Rey is not necessarily like my favorite Star Wars character or anything, but I just have so much fun like displaying the figure. She's like really posable, and she's, as of right now, the best Rey action figure that they've made. A while up, which about a year ago I think it was, I did a video about like which was like the best Rey, because I was ranking all the Rey action figures, and she won, of course. Like her face sculpt was way better, her articulation was way better, her accessories were way better. So I definitely have to put her in my top 5. So with that out of the way, we have Episode 2 Anakin, Jaina Solo, Yavin Luke, Mace Windu, and Rey. So out of these 5, I now have to decide what my favorite Star Wars action figure of them all is. Wow, this is actually a little bit more tough than I thought. Drum roll, please. And guys, I'm actually gonna have to give it to Jaina Solo, guys. If I was just doing like my top 10 favorite Jedi like in Star Wars, or top 5 favorite Jedi in Star Wars, I would definitely give number 1 spot to Anakin. He's my favorite Star Wars character. But in terms of like an action figure, I actually have a lot more fun displaying Jaina Solo than a lot of the other action figures. In fact, a while back I actually did a stop motion. You guys can go check it out if you want. I think it was called Turf War, and I did a little stop motion of Jaina Solo fighting Kylo Ren, which I always kind of liked how that one turned out. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to give this one to Jaina Solo. Probably my most unique and fun to pose action figure, fun to pose Jedi in my collection. If I had to pick a second favorite, I don't know, I'd probably go ahead and give it to Episode 2 Anakin. I can't say a whole lot about stop motions and stuff, but I do like posing and taking pictures of my Anakin. I actually never had Episode 2 Anakin in a stop motion yet, so I'd probably give him the number 2 spot, and then I'd probably give Rey the number 3 spot. Now, in terms of like my newest Jedi that I have, I would have liked to put Plo Koon and Kit Fisto in that top 5. The only reason I didn't, in terms of Plo Koon, is kind of my fault, because for whatever reason I was expecting the action figure to look more like how he looked in Clone Wars. I don't know why. I don't know why I assumed that that's how he was gonna look. But when I finally got him, and I realized that they just reused the Mace Windu body but made it a different color, I was kind of disappointed. Like I was I was super disappointed. In fact, it's been a while since I watched Attack of the Clones, so I'm not even sure if it's movie accurate or not. You guys let me know down in the comments below if that's how Plo Koon actually looked in the movie. But I was a little disappointed about that. I was a little bit more satisfied with the Kick Fisto that they made. I noticed that they look like they used the Obi-Wan body that they used for the episode 1 Obi-Wan and the episode 2 Obi-Wan. That wasn't really the problem for me. It's just the problem for me was the fact that because of how his head is shaped, like with all the like tentacles and stuff on his head, that once again kind of hindered articulation a little bit. Not so much the 2 tentacles that are hanging in the front, it's all the ones in the back. I just wish that Star Wars Black Series and Hasbro, if you're listening, which I doubt you are, but if you are listening, if you could please maybe in the future with any alien characters that have like tentacles or antenna, if you can make that out of some type of softer material so that I can, move their heads a little bit better, I would appreciate that a lot, because that was a little bit of a bummer whenever I got the Hera from Rebels. That was a little disappointing because I can hardly move her head because of those hard pieces of plastic connected to the top of her head. But that's the only reason why probably Plo Koon and Kick Fisto would probably be close seconds. They'd probably get maybe 6th or 7th place, but those things that I had brought up were kind of hindering them from getting into the top 5. But yeah, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what your favorite Star Wars Black Series Jedi is, and be sure to follow me on my Instagram. It's actually blowing up a good bit. I've gotten a good bit of subscribers. Go check that out. I have tons of photos on there, as well as updates on any videos, plans that I have on doing. You're also going to see a lot of exclusive photos that you do not see in any of my videos on YouTube. Well, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and go check out my channel for other videos. Catch you later.